Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dr. Jason Jones back with another episode of Health Made Easy. And we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics today, and that is posture. And you may be thinking right now, man, don't turn this podcast off because isn't posture just like about balancing a book on your head and holding your shoulders back? No, it's actually a lot more than that. And if you're listening to this podcast during the time of the recording, which is where we're in this, COVID-19 pandemic, this could never be more relevant because there's more people at home, more people sitting in front of a computer, more people slouched on the couch, more people, who are working from home, but they're hunched over their laptops, or we're looking down at cell phones all day. And the topic that I'm going to talk about regarding posture today, and that is there a perfect posture? Well, I can tell you this in all of healthcare, whether it's medicine, natural medicine, chiropractic, strength and conditioning, this is literally the only thing that all of those different health disciplines actually agree upon is that there is one perfect posture. Now, your structure goes a long way in determining function. And more literature and more research is coming out every single day, week, month, proving that thing. And it's been proven time and time again in the past as well, but they're just digging deeper into it. It's always advisable to take your posture and the orientation of your spine very seriously because if your spine is not properly lined up, it does affect your posture. And when your posture is bad, your body suffers the risk of this sort of asymmetrical gravitational loading on the spine, meaning areas are getting more load than they should instead of it being distributed evenly. So, what this does is it leads to accelerated damage and degeneration. So, it's important to watch your posture and the orientation of your spine. However, a lot of people often wonder and they ask, is there such a thing as a perfect posture? Well, of course, the answer is yes. And it is one of the reasons, not the only reasons, but one of the reasons that in our office, we do corrective care, chiropractic, and no other kind of care because your structure does equal function, and the ability of your body to heal, function, and operate is largely dependent upon your structure. And we can get into that more later. But it is very common to see many people with poor posture today. Many believe it's just normal, it's expected along the path of aging, but the reality is it's not true. That is not normal. And there is something called a perfect posture. You can call it a proper posture if you want. And apart from the benefits of better health and function, studies have shown that it can help improve not only your looks, but also success in life. So, can you have the perfect posture? Well, the simple answer again is yes. And you need to know more about good posture, and I'm going to show you some lessons from the past. So genetics literature shows that humans hardly change at all, meaning we have changed about 0.002% in the human genome in the last 40,000 years. And of course, that depends on, do you believe in, a new Earth, an old Earth? Do we go back bazillions of years? That really doesn't make any difference. But the reality is that the human genome just hasn't really changed that much. Even though our genome and our bodies have hardly changed, our social and cultural expectations have transformed us greatly. So now it is extremely common to see increased levels of social competition at work, stress, changes in food, relationships, values, and so on. And if you're looking at our ancestors, they were always on the move, fishing, farming, hunting. They literally had to stay active to survive. But that's not the case in modern life today. Most people are restricted or consciously decide, to stay in front of a computer, a laptop, a TV, smartphone for long periods of time. And all of these factors result in bad posture, or they can result in bad posture. And the main promoters of degeneration are a sedentary lifestyle and immobilization. And current findings show that the American spends about 30 years of their life in a state of rest and or sitting. So, but as humans, we are designed for movement. Our sedentary lifestyle is causing an increase in spinal misalignment and postural distortion. This results in things like what's called hyperkyphosis, which is a hunching of the back or this sort of slouching, almost like a nursing home type posture, and forward head postures, which tends towards greater mortality as well. So you can decide to shun that sedentary lifestyle today and learn how to train yourself to keep a perfect posture. And you may say, well, my work requires me to sit in front of a computer for hours, but I'm going to advise you to take things like short breaks in between your work schedule, try some different exercises in your leisure time, get up and move. You might have to work harder than everybody else as well. And if you're local in our Elizabeth City area, even though the majority of our listeners are not in Northeast North Carolina, but if you are, you can always consult with us, get a proper check, of your spine and your posture. We take posture pictures, we take motion x-rays, and then you may be a candidate for corrective chiropractic care. There may be something that can be done. And at the very least, you would know whether or not your posture is where it actually needs to be. And you don't need symptoms for that. You can always just address it before you actually have symptoms or problems. Hey, this is Dr. Jason Jones signing out. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please share it on social media for us. Go to iTunes, give us a rating and review. We would love that too. We'll see you guys on the next podcast. See you later. Bye-bye.